Managerial Communication, Assignment Number 1. Self-Analysis by Karena. The personal and professional benefits which can be gained through thoughtful and targeted introspection provide significant justification for the need for self-analysis. The most notable benefit of which is increased self-awareness. Self-awareness is a conscious knowledge of your own character and feelings. This influences your ability to understand yourself and the way in which you relate to others, your ability to develop relationships, as well as your ability to identify your strengths and weaknesses. Ultimately, the goal is to take this knowledge and apply it in ways in which allow for self-improvement. For example, by capitalizing on your strengths or by implementing tailored plans to overcome your weaknesses. Beyond the opportunities for self-improvement, within a corporate setting, knowledge of factors such as individual strengths, weaknesses, personality traits, social styles, and emotional intelligence can be useful tools for increasing the quality of results. As such, it is no surprise the use of personality testing within workplace settings has become increasingly popular. A convenient and effective way of increasing self-awareness is through personality testing. The 3 tests explored within this video are the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, the Big 5 Locator Questionnaire, and the Emotional Intelligence Test. My results for these tests are seen here. In the top left is a Myers-Briggs Personality Inventory, for which my results were ENTJ. The E, for extroversion, identifies a personality that is focused on the outside world. Individuals with high levels of extroversion obtain their motivation from interaction with others. The N, for intuition, identifies an individual's preference for decision-making on the basis of intuition, relationships, and speculations. As Rybod and Salou found in 2015, intuition is applied to explore the unknown and to sense possibilities and implications that are not readily apparent. In short, intuitors perceive the organised whole as more than the sum of its parts. T is for thinking. Thinking individuals, as defined by Mendes and Grundy, use a logical, analytical process to lead to rational judgments or decisions. Thinkers prefer to focus on logic and formal methods of reasoning, rather than involving emotion. Finally, the J, for judging, indicates my personal preference for organisation over spontaneity. This preference is further exemplified through my strong Big 5 conscientiousness score of 3.2 out of 5, which again indicates a preference for organisation and discipline. According to Weidman, individuals with thinking and judging MBTI types are those most likely to seek positions of leadership. This is a statement I agree with and strongly believe to be true. As such, the notion of leadership and its associated strengths and weaknesses will be a point that will be revisited later in this video. Referring your attention now to the top left of the screen, it is important to note that within the introversion versus extroversion portion of the Myers-Briggs indicator, 5 out of 7 of my responses indicated extroversion, or, for the sake of convenient comparison, a result which translates to roughly 3.6 out of 5. This is particularly interesting when compared to my extroversion result within the Big 5 personality test of 3.4 out of 5, as well as my strong social skills score of 23 within the emotional intelligence test. These complementary results identify extroversion as a consistently strong trait within my personality, thereby identifying positive traits such as assertiveness, sociability, but also draw attention to my lack of patience and empathy. Further evidence of these weaknesses can be found through the need of my judging type to adhere to strict schedules and timeframes, often disregarding the needs of others in order to accomplish a task. Together, these results emphasize empathy and patience as areas of weakness in which I must improve in order to enhance my ability to both work in and lead teams. These findings are best illustrated through my time as school captain, a leadership position I actively sought out. The positive traits, extroversion, assertiveness, sociability, and timeliness, allowed me to effectively approach my role. Outwardly, I was able to interact well with others in meetings, deliver speeches to large audiences, plan, and organise. However, internally, when it came to completing certain tasks, my impatience towards my co-captain's more carefree approach and apparent disregard for timelines often left me panicked and stressed. According to Bennis and Nannis, leadership is the wise use of power, with power being the capacity to translate intention into reality and sustain it. Thus, communication is undoubtedly an invaluable asset when it comes to leadership. With this in mind, rather than allowing myself to become panicked and stressed in the aforementioned scenario, I may have been able to employ more effective communication techniques, which would have informed my co-captain of my need to adhere to strict schedules, whilst also demonstrating empathy and allowing him to inform me of timeframes which suited him better, thus leading to a more positive outcome overall. Improving my communication in such ways is particularly important as, according to Weidman, my Myers-Briggs type indicator result of ENTJ suggests I will continue to seek leadership opportunities throughout my life. As such, I should place a priority on enhancing my verbal communication and listening skills. As Bradley and Herbert stated in the Journal of Management Development, team leaders should demonstrate the personality type preferences that enable them to involve others in communication, to be sensitive to the needs of all team members, and to keep them on schedule to complete the task. Whilst my extroversion and strong social skills enable me to actively involve others, the fact I'm a thinking type, as opposed to a feeling type, in combination with my moderate empathy, may prevent me from being sensitive to their needs. Furthermore, while my judging type enables me to work within structured timeframes, Bradley and Herbert's research into the effect of personality type on team performance found evidence that a possible negative influence of judging types on teams is that, in their rush to stay on schedule, they might not carefully consider all of the potential alternatives. Within both university and corporate environments, I am currently, and will continue to be, required to work in groups. My lack of empathy and need to enforce structured timeframes are negative factors which will severely hinder my ability to succeed in such settings. Despite this, I believe I can reduce the negative influence of these weaknesses by improving my patience and active listening skills. In order to improve my listening and communication skills, I will enroll in a short online course entitled Listening, the Ultimate Workplace Soft Skill. The series of immediately downloadable videos and articles, which I can continuously revisit, will help me improve my active listening. This will enable me to better understand the ideas and opinions of others, whilst conveying my own ideas and opinions in a more constructive and effective manner. In combination with this, I believe that being more consciously aware of my lack of empathy and patience will enable me to focus on reducing the prevalence of these unfavourable traits. As identified in the emotional intelligence test, I have a strong level of self-awareness. Through the consistent application of this positive trait, I will be better equipped to recognise the situations and stresses associated with the negative traits. Overall, through the completion of the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, the Big 5 Locator Questionnaire, and the Emotional Intelligence Test, I have gained valuable insight into my key personality traits, as well as a better understanding of the strengths and weaknesses associated with them. This increased comprehension of my own character will benefit me both personally and professionally, as I endeavour to further develop my strengths, overcome my weaknesses, and hopefully maximise the likelihood of my success. Thank you for watching.